Welcome to Day 336, Lesson 293, pages 794 and 95, on pointer number 12. What is healing and what is resilience?
My name is Reverend Maria Arvanitidis. How do you do? This is an audiovisual version of my book, and my book is named after my ministry, TheSovereignLight, and this is a course in metaphysical spirituality. Oh yes. Energy in motion, and from this created energy, the trusting in the flow that will excite it or trap it into pain and fear. Struggle versus effort. Could it be that all of the beliefs that are lined up and perfectly aligned to falter just because of one that has not yet been cleared? The rational mind distrusting with beliefs it holds to make ends meet from previous experiences to be true, and in the static space just sits there to create the awkwardness of hesitations and excuses for itself. So take a few deep breaths in and out, and find that inner stillness, that most center congregated area within the heart space, and expand it outward, anchor and ground, and vibrate out with every breath and decompress. When my heart is open, I can feel the harmony ascend and transcend me. When my heart is open, I can feel the harmony ascend and transcend me. When my heart is open, I can feel the harmony ascend and transcend me. When my heart is open, I can feel the harmony ascend and transcend me. When my heart is open, I can feel the harmony and trust. I can feel the harmony ascend and transcend with this thing called trust. When the heart, brain, and central nervous system are not in electrical harmony, coherence, then a break occurs. To lose this connection then would be to fall into a lower state of consciousness. The self can become made readily available to the emotional trappings of illusion and that the ego mind had created, convincing the need to feel protected. The illusions knock it out of the heart and center of well-being into that of discomfort, and even by its very own agreed upon created boundaries to feel held down and oppressed. Incoherent to its atonement, and thus creates frustration of struggle and effort. When the heart is closed off, stress is inevitable by the bombardment of its nervous system, and disease becomes highly prevalent. Page 795. When my heart is open, I can feel the harmony ascend and transcend me. Mostly, all the ailments of the world amongst the many come from old patterns that subject an imprint of behavior and thus a lifestyle. Could it be this way of life or not? Where does struggle come from, but from a linear concept to fit into its perspective? Perhaps by changing the perspective, it can genetically alter the self. Could it be? That's for you to decipher, and with your wisdom of discernment, where you leverage in this level of maturity. Certain information patterns within DNA can dictate the behavior of not only lesser evolved entities, but also higher and much more evolved in their bloodline lines and lineage. This is not about control, rather the connection into more evolved being, and for discerning the level of playing field that the self may or may not feel to engage with. Effort causes stress in that it too is an illusion that tears away at the self, wearing out with the equal amount of determination as the self puts out equally and butts heads with the opposition. Alternatively, the self can become aware that it has choices and does not have to play with such illusions. When the moment of engagement is not in the here and now, anxiety and regret can bring about the gaps of uncertainty and doubt. The survival is a linear concept that the self can only see, not in the full circle of it. It will instead continue with the greatest unrestful decision driven by the ego to take flight and or fight for the resolve. The self might feel that of great unease to make the ends meet and struggle much in the barely making it out alive. Effort is to go that extra mile and again relying on the push and pull to find resilience from resistance. So the purpose for today is to find resilience from a place of ease and surrender to the flow. Feel the bounce of the upliftment, where the painful struggle to resist the stretch into expansion, and lightheartedly let go the cause for its resistance. Let go the cause for its restriction, rather. And thank you for joining me here today. I will leave you with today's affirmation. And my beautiful kids here, that the dogs, well, they've fallen asleep, but my beautiful, beautiful goats. When my heart is open, I can feel the harmony ascend and transcend me. When my heart is open, I can feel the harmony ascend and transcend me. Hello? Hey. When my heart is open, I can feel the harmony ascend and transcend me.